I'm driving down to my knee, Lord answer me. I know them niggas ain't fucking with me, I keep my DB. I know them niggas don't want no pipe, I keep my glizzy. Oh, big ass glizzy. My mama tell me all the time, baby, you gonna be a star. But she don't even like right niggas. For real. How that's your dog, nigga, yo, that nigga gon' give you a peek. I had to stop fucking with niggas, I knew they wouldn't fuck with me. And I can't wait to ride touch, we gon' run the mix. Shit, I can't wait to stroke touch, we gon' kill the mix. I know them niggas ain't fucking with me, that's why I brought the blitz. I know them niggas ain't fucking with me, that's why I put an extension. I know them niggas ain't fucking with me, I make your mama miss you. I had to move up out my mama house, I couldn't bring the tension. Cause when I leave up out this bitch, I gotta bring the glitz. Hey, when I leave up out this bitch, I know I'm come back in. And if you really active, nigga, you know what I'm fit. I told my niggas bull out, cause we on the miss. My girl be telling me chill out, cause she need a nigga. And plus my son, he getting older, that's my little nigga. It ain't shit I wouldn't do for my fucking chips. And making it back on and on, you know I ain't playing with you. I hear them niggas talking like I'll keep that playing with you. I heard some niggas wanna ride me down, play with niggas. They know we keep those splits burning, we love to smoke on niggas. I'm tired of bitch ass niggas act like we don't know a nigga. I'm tired of bitch ass niggas act like we won't get with it. I feel like you gotta pick me, I swear y'all be ignoring the niggas. I feel like you gotta pick me, young nigga, I keep a Jordan with me. I feel like you gotta pick these 3-3s, they a hit nigga. Yeah. These 3-3s, they hit a nigga. I feel like you gotta pick me, young nigga, I keep a Jordan with me. I keep a Jordan with me. I feel like you gotta pick me, young nigga, I keep a Jordan with me. I had my dog in the gun, that nigga gon' give you a peek. I had to start fucking with nigga, I know won't fuck with me. And I can't wait to wild touch, we gon' run the play. Shit, I can't wait to stroke touch, we gon' kill the nigga. I know them niggas ain't fucking with me, that's why I fucking play. I know them niggas ain't fucking with me, that's why I put an extension. I know them niggas ain't fucking with me, I make your mama miss you. I had to move up out my mama house, I couldn't bring attention. I couldn't bring attention. I had to move up out my mama house, I couldn't bring attention.
Shout out to all the American Aborigines in the chat, man. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Shout out to all the American Aborigines, FBA brothers and sisters. Share the live stream. Share the live stream. Need everybody to thumb up the video. Let's get into another one of my artists that I'm dealing with. That music, if y'all like that music, some of this music will be dropping here soon. That's a local artist in Delaware. Shout out to PNB, Eli, and Hellway. Hellyway. Gliz.
The Hellyway. You know, I had to really step back and look at my situation for what it was. You know, I didn't look at my life like it was a movie. I didn't look at all the moving parts. So I had to really understand what it was. When they say love make you blind. Yeah, I'm introverted. I don't talk to niggas cause I'm constantly serving. I got a trap on top of my bag, I got a murder. Can't go out about the streets, wanna murder. This shit come with burdens. The streets wanna murder. Streets wanna murder. I told you that this ain't a boss, it come with burdens. This shit come with burdens. This shit come with burdens. This shit come with burdens. Paint the city red. All the shit I see replaying in my head. Heard the streets smoking, so we call them boys instead. Black wanna murder when they caught with another bag. And I pray they would. But it was right, really, niggas was crooked. Playing the kitty with niggas that cost them a bullet. Came on the door to him, but I had a bullet. We put in the streets, we put in the trap, I'm feeling music. Write my bars on this microphone, it's therapeutic. I know the streets listen when I talk, I can't abuse it. I can't abuse it. I can't abuse it. I can't abuse it. I don't talk to niggas cause I'm constantly serving. I got a trap on top of my bag, I got a murder. Can't balls on the block, the streets wanna murder. This shit come with burdens. I'm introverted. I don't talk to niggas cause I'm constantly serving. I got a trap on top of my bag, I got a murder. Can't balls on the block, the streets wanna murder. This shit come with burdens. The streets wanna murder. Streets wanna murder. I told you that this ain't a boss, it come with burdens. This shit come with burdens. This shit come with burdens. If you're a baby, you know I get it. Look like grinding, I'm on a mission. Over they talking, little baby, I'm different. And on my nuts, I hate on my business. Ain't on my phone, shit independent. I'm really rapping the shit that I'm living. I got a problem inside of my mind. I hear the streets talking, they tell me to get it. Yeah, I gotta get it. Yeah, then she tell me I'm tripping. Tell me all of my money on top of my music to give myself what I was missing. Yeah, I never asked them niggas for a bag. I never called them niggas in the jam. I know the ops stepping in the moon. I had on my head going for a tag. I don't talk to niggas cause I'm constantly serving. I got a trap on top of my back, I got a murder. Can't goes for the block, the streets wanna murder.
See my life is been in motion. I'm a little windy. I'm not giving up yet. If you with me, time to place up your bet. Ain't no turning back. Got niggas who ran. When we caught his ass, got caught in that jam. Yeah, you know who I am. Yeah, you know who I am. I can feel it coming. I can feel it coming. It's that feeling in your stomach, you can feel it coming. It's that feeling in your stomach, you can feel it coming. Yeah, you can feel it coming. Fake love, that snake you in your face, love. That snake you in your face, love. I told my brothers we gon' make it, that's how God wrote it. And the snake gon' show his face, cause that's how God wrote it. Too much fake love, that snake you in your face, love. Your face, love. That snake you in your face, love. I told my brothers we gon' make it, that's how God wrote it. And the snake gon' show his face, cause that's how God wrote it. Too much fake love, that snake you in your face, love. Your face, love. That snake you in your face, love. I told my brothers, and the snake gon' show his face, cause that's how God wrote it.
Yeah. Hey man, all I'm saying is, nigga, you always got something to say. It's like you don't shut up.
On the track.
A lot of niggas died 1865. Single Michael fled, how I ain't gon' let it ride. Everybody hollering black was never on your side. They do maps to tell your apps where you sleep at night. They put that white man on. Got you begging them for answers like that white man know. Had you swearing you was African, that's that white man home. Had you proud to be a savage, that's that white man's zone. And I ain't talking shit, this by definition. And being savage was our nature, y'all be non-existent. We done took your ass out when we was in them kitchens. Instead of showing you how to live and how to maintain business. White supremacy fake. Only way that shit real is if you do what they say. We the guards of the gate, so when they say they fear God, now you so dope, my eyes low. When you move like God, the time slow. I came back for the blacks and John Doe's. Crack open them land patents, let go of them townhomes. What's a native to a native? Eat $5 dough if he not melanated. Pale faces got you waiting on a savior. Sending prayers up, he texting back on vacation. Yeah, God's children. Give all your praise to Jesus, but how God feeling? He say put no one before him in divine image. It's you with God or Christians. I got a vision, but niggas ain't gotta listen, so they don't. We came from the soil, wasn't fucking with no boats. Bible took our spirit, English potted on our homes. Tribal families turned on us, don't act like y'all don't know. But fuck them and they grudges. We was something turned to nothing. And now we nothing's turned to something. Reincarnation of ancients, fresh up out the oven. This the message to the black man. 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 Shooters on my roof, lawyers in the coop. We can never die, bitch, we bulletproof. This the message to the black man. This the message to the black man. Say you wasn't slaves, you was prisoners of war. And stop wasting your time, these other bitches ain't important. You ain't meditating, you ain't mating with the sauce. Like what the fuck's a noodle if you ain't painted with the sauce? I find it hard to trust the pastor who rather side with the master, who preaching we should submit while getting murdered and captured. About how we should wait on God is never our vernacular. They get
Peace, peace, peace. Peace and blessings to all American Aborigines, man. It's your brother Aboriginal Power, man. Shout out to all the FBA brothers and sisters coming in, man. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure y'all drop the fire emoji. Y'all see the title, man. Face Off with Lord Abba on Saneter TV later on tonight, 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Make sure y'all tune in. I'm going to smoke this nigga game. He been disrespecting the Aboriginal community for too long, running around throwing his little shots, not wanting to get in the ring. So now we gonna force that nigga to get in the ring, man. We gonna force that nigga to get in the ring. Yeah. So I know the nigga been sitting back watching the channel, coming up with talking points, and this nigga a flip flopping ass dude. So he done went from being a 5%er, a Moorish American, to becoming this pro black freedman pusher. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, we gonna get on this nigga ass. You understand me? So shout out to everybody in the chat. That's what we gonna be dealing with. I am gonna get into part two. I am going to get into part two of the video from yesterday. Shout out to everybody. We'll get into part two from the audio yesterday explaining Aboriginal history, science, and cosmology. So before I go in on Lord Albert, we're going to get into the part two part of the video. So let's get that part out the way. Shout out to everybody in the chat. If you can hear me loud and clear, drop them fire emojis, support the channel, share the live stream. And let me shout out to Think Meaner and Elijah D for yesterday's Cash App donation. I didn't get to shout them out during the live stream. I didn't even see the Cash App donation until afterwards. I definitely want to shout out Elijah D and Think Meaner for the Cash App donation. Appreciate y'all.
My request from you is after you get it proven to you, you never repeat it again. Don't repeat that bullshit. Don't repeat it. I'm about to prove it to you right now.
Hold on. Before we get into the dialogue, I almost forgot, man. I almost forgot to take the time out to shout out some of the most important people around right now that's tuning in, supporting the channel right now. So let me take the time out to shout y'all out. Shout out to Intone Williams. Shout out to TT Portier. Shout out to E-Dots. Shout out to City Official. My brother Juan Torres. Gretchen Hams. Copper Tone Following. Shout out to who else we got here? Smoke Signal. Aboriginal Phoenix, Eastside 1415, Pop Reed, Mound City Mellow, Scats. Who else we got in the building? Craig Lloyd, You and I One, Maurice Miller. Who else we got up in this thing? Brandon Rogers. Shout out to my brother. Steven, Jesse Stevenson. Shout out to Jesse Stevenson in the building. My sister Chick Homedy Roots, Unconscious Goddess, Shamil Thompson, Rain Alexander, Janetta Abdullah, and yeah, man, shout out to everybody tuning in. Hopefully I can skip over nobody else. Shout out to Cleveland Brown in the motherfucking building. Shout out to Cleveland Brown. Big Chief Noble, Lewis Luck, Granville Hopkins, and the Hyena Chief. Shout out to Hyena Chief in the building. We also got Chief Crazy Overstanding in the building. Shout out to you guys. So yeah, man, like I said, we're gonna get into part two of the dialogue from yesterday dealing with Aboriginal history, science, and cosmology. So make sure y'all hit that like button, share the live stream, share the live stream. I can't stress enough how important it is to thumb up the video and share the live stream.
Yeah.
And let me shout out to the brother Craig for the Cash App donation as well. Shout out to Craig for the Cash App donation as well.
Because
yeah, we're gonna have a debacle tonight.
All right. Y'all know nothing about Muhammad. First of all, the name Hamid. All right, is Gutoro is East African. All right, Hamid. All right. The H is Gutoro
in the building.
Let me show you.
Anthony Pickens in the building.
Gutoro. And what name do we have? That's Kemet. Kemet. All right. Kemet means the soil, the land. That's what they named this two rich, fertile sides of the Nile, Kemet. All right, Gutoro. And so when we have that name, we have it in Ge'ez, we have it in Nabatean, we have it in we have it in Metal Letter. That name. And so when you know that the Islamic Genesis was in the Thebaids in Egypt, not in Arabia, then you will recognize why they went and set the prime meridian back right, where they got all these texts from, and why they wrote on papyri. The first Qurans were written on papyri, right? And so let's go to it so I can kill this argument again. All right. The Arabs were the enemies of the constituent bodies of people who made up the original Islamic community. Enemies. I repeat, enemies. Not friends, enemies. All right, let me put that down. No, I won't do that. All right, so let me help you with this real quick. And then you can stop saying this and then y'all can go ahead. Y'all can go ahead. All right, here we go. Surah 9, verse 97 through 99. Al-Arab. When most people translate this word right here, all right, this is it right here. Ali.
So he's going through some Muslim dialogue. I'm not really interested in the Muslim dialogue, so we're going to fast forward that a little bit.
Term Arabians and Mubin deal with the vocalization and the clarity of the writing, the comprehension. It has nothing to do with people. A language being named after a group of people named called Arabs. There is no Arabic. Yo, I'm not saying, I don't know how y'all turned this into an Islamic conversation, because I didn't come here to talk about Islam, right? At all. But for the sake of history, yes, a man gave revelation to another man. How are you going to?
So listen, I want you to pay, I'm going to skip it up to where you get into another part of the dialogue. I want y'all to pay attention. So let's get to that right now, man. Shout out to everybody.
The European institutions that now dominate the property and persons of these. See, you can't fool Europeans because they've been running the scheme. They know Pan-Africanism is fake. They made it. In the sense of intelligence agencies working together to use the sleight of hand, because they know that those people are dependent on their reconstructions of history. All right. So where do I want to go? Right here, doctrine of discovery. Bam. Y'all see that? If you have never heard of the doctrine of discovery, you need to know what it is.
How many of y'all by a show of fire emojis have heard of the doctrine of discovery? If y'all heard of the doctrine of discovery, drop fire emojis in the chat. And how many of y'all understand the doctrine of discovery?
All right, so the doctrine of discovery as it pertains to the identity of the. If you have never heard of the doctrine of discovery, you need to know what it is. All right, so the doctrine of discovery as it pertains to the identity of the African American. The first part of this material, and this is another book that I wrote, called I'll show you what it's called. Here, the Aboriginal, the More, the African. All right, I wrote this book too, and it's in print. The first part of this material deals with the doctrine of discovery and its origins in the war of the church against African and Aboriginal nations, right? It is the author's position that the importance of highlighting this doctrine of discovery and its significance economically, legally, and socio-politically is that it is still in operation. Today, millions of indigenous people are still impacted by the institutions that descend from the church, eugenics and genocide, and later European institutions that now dominate the property and persons of these fallen nations. The people have been shrewdly reclassified as African Americans, Afro-Mexicans, Afro-Brazilians, forced into the educational institutions of Europeans
and their descendants and socially engineered to be perpetual slaves without the physical chains, and in some instances, with the chains and bars and prisons that hold us. The discussion on our historical identity, is not just a history class. It is an education that peers into the hows and whys of the colonizing and into the remedy from our indigenous government structure. It is a conversation made to bring about clarity and unity of thought amongst indigenous peoples in the Americas and globally, so they can act and stop complaining. After reading this book, I propose we view our surroundings to verify that the words of this book are accurate and implement the systematic strategy that this material imparts for remedying our situation as indigenous peoples of diverse cultural backgrounds. See, that's important. We are Aboriginal. That's tying us to the land. Whatever your specific cultural paradigm is and how you do things, you don't have to give that up unless it is seeded with colonizing agents. All right. The level of observational science used in this material can only be classified as unique. However, its focus is scientific evidence and proof of the past identity of the Aboriginal Americans, all right, Moors and ancient Africans. Who were they? How do we determine it with 100% efficiency? And how do we know that these are our ancestors? All right. Some of this other stuff is just particular like things that I put in it, but let me keep going on this issue of the doctrine of discovery. Now look at this. This is Dums Diversa, Pope Nicholas IV, 1452, before Columbus, right? Look at what they wanted to do. You're still under the doctrine of discovery, homie. That's what I'm trying to get to you. Using pseudonames, identity, and psychologically, when I see you accepting that, I know how you think. When I try to introduce something to you that's really, really beneficial, your mind is already programmed because you're walking around with these cognomens, names, monikers that are from your enemy. So look at it. Look at what they were wanted to do. This is them before this is them putting their strategy out. Rome, we grant to you full and free power through the who? Apostolic authority. Stop. That is the authority of the foreign religions that you have been following that colonize your mind. Now, I'm going to break something down to you that is super important. Some of the African ones that you are following are also they're from slave masters. Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. This is as an initiate of systems who understand systems. When you go and you get initiated into EFA, right? You go through all of the things that you need to understand all of the 256 Odu. You understand all of the things that you go through in your initiation. If you did it, you know what I'm talking about, right? Ask yourself a question. Where in the hell were these Orisha when you was getting put on the ship by your Nigerian brother or sister? Where were they? I'm pretty sure that they were called upon and nothing happened. The apostolic authority is not only towards the Arab religions that you follow, the Jewish religions that you follow, the Europeanized Christian religions that you follow, all aspects of them. They are also for the African ones that you follow that mean nothing to you and can do nothing for you and did nothing for you to get you out of the situation when you were calling on Olodumare, calling on Eshu, calling on Yemeya, calling on Shango, calling on whoever you were calling on at the time where they were loading up them goddamn ships. Nobody answered. Nobody answered. Look, I'm glad you asked the question. The question was, where were your gods when slavery went in reverse? Nowhere. Nowhere. But one thing that we have learned about this time period, that we need a better understanding of culture and spirituality, because if you just adopted a system because it was done 10,000 years ago, excuse me, not that long ago, let's say 5,000 years ago, 4,000 years ago, oh, I'm going to do this because the priests of Egypt did it. Man, the Romans put that shit in the suitcase, homie.
Shout out to FBA Goddess in the chat. Shout out to everybody else in the chat that's tuning in. Loki Beach, Dash Holes, and shout out to everybody in the chat. Make sure you hit that like button, thumb up the video, and support the channel.
Ain't no Netchers saved Egypt from Greco-Rome. One of the lessons that the slave trade taught you, that you need a higher understanding of spirituality in order to perform in a modern time. These circumstances are pressing you to get that kind of understanding. I am not, listen, I'm looking at Orisha through a European lens. No, I'm not. I'm not. I'm not. Let me go through your African lens. All right? Let me go through your African spiritual forces lens. They're just forces of nature. Inyame, or whatever terms that you want to call them. Right? Or the systems that you want to use that are for the cultivation of your people, for the self-awareness and building of culture of your people. My point to you is if it is useless for you to live for the protection of your people, it is useless. Useless. Not that you should even divorce yourself away from it. That's not what I'm saying. That's where you're missing a point. You should see the system as the originators of the system created. And that's what you miss. What you miss. But the preacher wasn't the first one to lie about God. That came from our people. Greed, avarice, pimping did not come with the European. See, that's your problem. Of these issues that you are pointing your finger at the European, you should point him at him because he's a vicious, colonizing liar. However, wasn't the first. I have to prove it. Let's keep going. We grant you full and free power through the apostolic authority by this edict to invade, conquer, fight, subjugate who? The Saracens and pagans, other infidels, and other enemies of Christ. Wherever established their kingdoms, duchies, royal places, principalities, and other dominions, lands, places, estates, camps, and any other possession, mobile and immobile goods, found in all their places, and held in whatever name, held and possessed by the same Saracens, pagans, infidels, and the enemies of Christ. Also realms, duchies, royal palaces, principalities, and other dominions, lands, places, estates, camps, possessions of the king or prince.
So it's given an act, the actual law, an actual right, an actual ordinance to come colonize and seize the land from the Aboriginal people. Okay? This is the Dooms the Verses. This is the doctrine of discovery. This goes into the Treaty of 1213, which is the original Popol Vuh by the Vatican Church. I just want y'all to understand this. This is how they was able to come and set up sanction here without it being an act of war, because they had already set it as an act of conquest. Okay? Or the law of conquest. Shout out to Chief Holiday, Supreme Chief Holiday, for the cash donation. We appreciate the cash out there, baby. The Supreme Chief Billy Go, man.
Of the kings or princes, and to lead their persons in perpetual servitude. It was the first time there was a call for perpetual servitude, and to apply and appropriate realms, duchies, royal palaces, principalities, and other dominions, possessions, and goods of this kind to you and your use and your successors. Dumb's the versa. Right?
Told you that
and
was
so
coming
we got
next.
Columbus coming, right? So let me go further. Dumbs.
The link to the
I wanna
video
show you-
that I played for you guys will be in the
You
description
need to
box.
see.
Both videos.
Map wise. Give me a moment.
They're in the description box right now.
Here we go. Here we go. So when the Portuguese first started coming, the reason why the papal decree was saying Saracen is because Saracen was the name for the indigenous African Muslim. That was the term that they used. The term did not originate there, right? The term goes all the way.
Yeah, that's exactly what was used to invade West Africa, parts of South Africa as well, and North America. You know what I'm saying? This is how they was able to set the act of colonization and conquest.
Back to the Punic period. The term is shown in papyri. It was the Saracens, the Nobades, and the Barbaroi, where we get the word Berbers from. They were allies against the Romans. Allies. This is over 1,000 years before this period that I'm mentioning. So the crusade kept going. But one thing about the crusade that you're not adding in is the success of the crusade took Europeans allying with Africans to enunciate the slavery. That's what it took. They keep going. How to protect history. Right? I got to protect history. Because Chancellor Williams made a vulgar mistake because he was not a good historian on this area. Right? The Portuguese were focused on invasions and their success is rooted in the divisions in the Maghreb. The African Muslims were facing hostile Euro-Arab allied assault and the assault of other African kings in alliance with the Portuguese. Right? So on the false claim that Morocco invaded Timbuktu, clarification of the point, it has been stated that the Black Muslims of Morocco or Arab Muslims of Morocco invaded Timbuktu. What is called Morocco today was separated by a war and subsequent split between the Arab factions of the south, which became the Saadi dynasty, and the Marinids and Tassids of the north, which were African. The war was settled by the Battle of Tavla in 1527. The Almoravids, the ruling dynasty in power, while the Moors ruled during the Enlightenment period in Spain and was closing. The Mali Empire, the Almoravids were the main Black empires of West Africa. The entire area known as Morocco today was ruled by the Almoravid state before its decline. There were a few pale Arab and European ruling polities that temporarily subjected West Africans to civil war and political upheaval, causing the region to become more vulnerable to European invasion. They are Almohad dynasty, the Saudi dynasty, see the time period. We go. Hey. The Saudi dynasty, see the time period. The Wattasid dynasty, all of the above ruling entities were controlled by pale Arabs and mixed Berber Bedouins. Right here, these three. The ruling black Muslim polities were the Almoravid, Marinid dynasty, Mali Empire, and the Songhai Empire. Also, later the Sharifian ruled through Muhammad ibn Abdullah. It was the southern Pale Arab Moroccans who caused a civil war in Morocco. These Pale Arabs allied with Spain and other European powers and had temporal rule. During the temporal rule of the Saudi dynasty, they invaded Songhai. It was economic incentive and the influence of England that drove them to do so. Pale Arabs used paid mercenaries from Spain to do their dirty work. Ahmed al-Mansur hired Judar Pasha, a white Spaniard, and a eunuch who was raised as a child to be in the military of the Saudi court. Judar, with his use of guns and mercenaries from Europe, was able to topple the major cities of the Moors, indigenous Muslims of the Songhai Empire. Eventually, a plan was put in place to take back the entirety of Morocco by those Aboriginal Muslims. 1631, Moulay al-Sharif took over Tafalik, and his son Moulay Rashid eventually drove out the Saudi from power. The Sharifians regained prominence of power over those Pale Arab infiltrators and who had allied with Europe. All right. According to the records, we have proof that the blacks ruled this dynasty of the Moors in Morocco that finally made treaties with Great Britain and the United States of America that has official bearing on the claims regarding the political plight of denationalized Negro African Americans who were once properly identified, the ones who were primarily ones who were taken in slavery. And so, let me show you one more. I only read that for this purpose. Let's see, let me go back. There you go. Bam. All right. This is the depiction that they give of Sidi Muhammad, and this is the real depiction. So let's zoom in a little bit so you can see this. All right. So you can see this. And let me read from a primary source. F. Original depiction of Caliph Muhammad ibn Abdullah of Marrakesh, painting made by Colonel Maurice Bagnal, Saint Laguerre, Keating, 1785, and reproduced in Travels Through France and Spain to Morocco, comprising the narrative of the author's residence in that empire, with an account of the British embassy to the court of Morocco under the late George Payne, Esquire, Consul General in London in 1817. Right. The fake painting created in the 20th century, the false picture of Sidi Muhammad painting by Bizeg, used in the Alawi dynasty genealogy and commonly reproduced as being the portrait of Sidi Muhammad III wearing the red tarbouch of the fake Alawi dynasty. So one is an African, one is an Arab. Gotta read the primary document. The only reason I'm showing this is because his great-great-great-grandfather to the third power, this man right here, if I can find his face, a depiction of him. I might not be able to. All right. But the point is, when you go study Moulay Ismail, right, it was this black African who was enslaving Europeans. Bro, I don't have the history right. Y'all singing this kumbaya, oh woe is me. Y'all have a pursuit, right? And so what I'm saying is, I didn't say that. I'm dealing with West African history, so you can understand the dynamic. You need to understand the dynamic in order to reconstruct history properly. Follow me? Ain't nobody trying to make y'all nothing. It just needs to be reconstructed properly.
Yeah, it does.
Listen, the Negroes and the Indians. All right. This is Carter G. Woodson's statement right here in this particular journal, Journal of the Negro. Every time I tell you something, I'm going to cite the source so that it won't be. Now, why is Carter G. Woodson making that statement? What relations between the Indians and the Negroes. All right? What relations is he talking about? What relations is he talking about? Let's go. All right. This is from the Soto Chronicles, the expedition of Hernando de Soto to North America. All right. I'm quoting him.
Did you get that?
I'm quoting him.
I want y'all to remember that source that he just gave y'all. Hold on. Let's listen to it.
Let's go. All right. This is from the Soto Chronicles, the expedition of Hernando de Soto to North America. All right. Now I'm quoting him. I'm quoting him correctly. Now Hernando de Soto is a conquistador. He's from Spain. Spain had Africans in Spain for 7, 8 centuries. All right. Look at what he said. All right. Look at what he said. Look at what he said. The best example comes from the expeditions of Hernando de Soto, Spanish conquistador who traveled the southeastern areas of what is now Florida, Alabama, and Mississippi. We learn from De Soto the description of these alleged Indians. All right. Look at what he said. Which is related what happened to the commander Hernando de Soto in his intercourse with the chief of Tuscaloosa. Right? Tuscaloosa, Alabama, is named after an indigenous chief who was such a tall man that he seemed a giant. All right, so now we're going into phenotypes. Now, someone in the southeastern part of the United States, and he's describing it, okay? Monday, October 10th, 1540, the governor entered the village of Tuscaloosa, which is called Arahachi, a recent village. And the chief was on a kind of balcony, right? The mound at one side of the square. Now they're dealing with culture. Where does this practice come from of carrying someone on these particular types of balconies? It spread all the way to, and I'm going to highlight it, it spread all the way to northern part of North America, all right? Of the eastern seaboard. I want to find this hieroglyphic because I want to show the hieroglyphic when I show this. I think it's important. I think it's instructional. Give me a moment. I know I'm going to keep reading this though, but I want to show this hieroglyphic sign, which is Olmec, right? And I want you to look at the name of it. And when you see the name of it, it's gonna connect to this point I'm about to make about the practice of carrying the chief on this type of thing that's being carried on. Give me 1 second. All right, where is it? There we go. I think it's on page 27. All right, so let me keep reading. His head covered by a kind of coif, like the almazal, so that his headdress like a Moor's. Now, this is a Spanish person talking about the Aboriginal in location that we now know as Alabama, wearing the attire, being carried on the balcony type of seat. He's describing it like he saw things that he's seen in Spain. He also wore a pillow and a mantle of feathers down to his feet. Right? mantle of feathers. So we were on the other day and they said, oh, this is a war bonnet. This is a war bonnet. Right? War bonnet. It's not a war bonnet, homie. I'm going to show you why they wore this mantle of feathers. What it had to do with astronomy. It is Kukulkan Quetzalcoatl. All right. As a matter of fact, not waste no time. I got to go to it. 188 and 189. I'll come back to this. All right. 188 and 189. Right now I'm on page what? 57. I come back to this. Got to show it to you as I'm going. All right. 188 and 189. He's wearing in the 1500s. He's wearing this right here. This is what he's wearing. Right here. This is what he's wearing.
Let me pull up the image.
Mantle of feathers. All right. This is Kukulkan. All right. You see the feathers are coming out of the back. You can literally see these feathers. All right. And I'll show them in real time, like I showed from the in the lecture. Look at this right here. The only reason that the Ahau wore feathers is because it represented 7 Macau. 7 Macau was depicted as a bird. It's called 7 because it deals with the 7 pole stars. The Quetzalcoatl or Kukulkan was called the feathered serpent. Yeah, I know I'm making it up, right? I know I'm making it up. I'm going to, hey, listen, anybody who wants to debate me on this, on why the chief and the she system wore feathers, I got primary resources. I'll blow your ass out of the box. Glad you think I'm making it up. Because I know you don't know nothing about Aboriginal anthropology. Right? 7 Macau is the reason why the chief wore feathers. All right? And the chief, or the Ahau, wore these feathers because it represented the constellation Draco, which they saw as a constellation that never set, which is why they depicted it with feathers as a bird and a serpent. Constellation is a serpent, right? Draco, the serpent, and Macau is the bird hovering above. And this is the basis of the tune and the back tune system of calendar count. All right? This is the basis of that system. And so, if you do not know the astronomical and calendar-based system of the Shi, who are being misnamed Olmec Maya, if you don't know that, you don't know why they're wearing what they're wearing. That tradition of the Ahau wearing that came all the way to North America. The reason why you have a state called Ohio is because it's named after Ahau. Literally. All of these names. I just showed you Tuscaloosa, Alabama is named after this chief. These terms and these names follow that. So let's go further. I'm not done. I'm going to come back to my point. But I had to make that point because as I'm reading what Hernando de Soto was seeing physically in the southeastern United States, I'm going to compare. Now, this is all the way up in Alabama. I'm going to compare it to the classical civilizations in the lower part of North America, all right? In the lower part of North America, which we're calling Mexico now, all right? And I'm going to go back because I'm coming to the Jesuit letters and why I did the slave trade thing. But I'm coming around so I can show you culture each time people try to debunk it. Here we go. This image right here, which looks like the side of an Olmec head. Okay. First of these, the head is called what? Powhatan. Powhatan. Right here, this glyph. Right? Powhatan. 2 words, power and tune. Tune is the calendar. Power means 4. The power tune, if I can show it. I don't have the glyph of it. All right. The guy holding up the stones. Do I have that one? No, I don't have it. All right. So let's go back. This glyph right here, which is a classical Mayan she glyph, this glyph right here, Powhatan is the name of.
Hey, can everybody hear me in the chat loud and clear? Y'all hear me in the chat loud and clear? All right, I'm gonna end the video right there, man. So listen, man, I want y'all to pay attention to what he was saying, man. A lot of these people ain't telling you this history. We've been saying this shit over here on this end. I'm gonna get ready to throw the link in the chat here in a second, but I do want to get to the other part of the dialogue here in a second. I do have the face off going down with me and Lord Abba. So that's going down tonight at 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time on saneter TV. I don't know if it's been pushed back or not. I wait. As far as I know, everything is on and cracking for tonight. So, man, for those that don't know, man, Lord Abba, this nigga been throwing shots at the Aboriginal gods for a minute, man. So we gotta come off our throne to pop this nigga up. I don't know what this nigga even want to debate on, but he be talking shit like we ain't Aboriginal, so he gonna have to deal with that. We're gonna deal with first things first. I spoke him on whatever topic. You see what I'm saying? That ain't even the issue. Let's get to some shit that he be saying about us American Indians, Aboriginals over here. Let's get to it.
Trace themselves back to Indians who enslaved their ancestors, and people like Top Cap, who is a liar, and all of them guys, Mel, Booby, Chet, and all of the wannabe pretendians that rock up under them and pro shop, Indian headdress feathers on their head for Twitter faces, etc. This is craziness. This is craziness.
This is Lord Abba, y'all.
So one more thing, and we're going to close this thing out. Fort Caroline and the Timucua, Florida, because I believe that's how you really pronounce the name. It says, selected engravings by Theodore de Bry after watercolors by Jacques Lemoyne de Morgues. Artists, the French expeditions to Florida under Jean Roubaud, 1562, and I'm going to try to say this French name, and Rene Gourgain, blah, blah, blah. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, him, right? Published 1591. These are the images that they show of these people. These are the people this artist went with, this French. Remember that legendary Top Cap said it was the Spanish. Mm-hmm. Right. Remember that, y'all. Right. Because Ali Bey said, which Europeans are you talking about? No, it was the French. This guy's a liar.
Does he ever know what he's talking about?
All right, we could leave it there, family. I just wanted to leave you all with that and give honors to our guests for coming on tonight. And I wanted you all to see a contrast between the actual people that know what they're talking about and the people that lie. They won't come up here and bring their, they won't bring their, that's a Ron said I gotta work on my French. Yeah, I gotta work on my French. Dane Calloway won't come.
See how these niggas be talking and popping shots? You ain't gonna pop shots at none of the Aboriginal American Indians without one of us stepping up, G. We just started hearing you. We ain't heard you pop. We heard you pop shots and niggas try to get that smoke and y'all niggas run. Y'all go to these new Indians and shit. We gonna be your ass that work.
Legendary Top Cap, he'll come and lie, right? He will come and lie, but we'll shut him down. He hasn't been back since. I called for the debate on Saneter's channel. Saneter called me and said, Joe, Abba, it's been a couple days, and Top Cap never hit me back. He said he was doing something with, I don't know, lady, friend, white, whatever.
Once again, y'all, this is Lord Abba. I don't know if y'all ever heard of Lord Abba. He was a 5%er. He went between becoming a Moor. Last time I seen him before this Freeman conversation, hell, he was on saneter with a fez on arguing with Garfield about being Moor. So he's very confused.
He said he would hit me back. He said he ain't call me back yet. He said, I don't think he want no smoke with you, Lord Abba. Of course, Saneter, legendary top cap, or his little underling, Ishmael Bey, they want no smoke. We don't got to get ignorant or niggerish. We can just present information, which is what Sister Janai and Brother Ian did here tonight. They showed and proved. They showed and proved. So I'm going to.
And the funny thing is about Ishmael Bey, I gotta say,
go
when the Creek Freedmen band, Maxine Waters is a supporter of freedmen from Indian Territory and was having this legislative process. There was a legislative process.
So I just want to give y'all a little clip of what this guy be saying. It's really, horrendous shit. I'm gonna drop the link in the chat though. You feel what I'm saying? I'm gonna drop the link in the chat. Gotta give y'all enough time to hit the link. Hit the link. Shout out to DJ Cuddy in the building, man. The best to do it if you ever knew it.
I'm back taking risks. I'm with my man Cuddy in the cutlass to the cliffs. The dump another hit.
Y'all know what's cracking, man. Hit that link in the chat. We'll be back in 2 minutes, man. We'll be back in a quick 2 minutes.
See, my life has been in motion. I'm a little winded. I'm not giving up yet. If you with me, time to place up your bet. Ain't no turning back, got niggas who ran. When we caught his ass, got caught in that jam. Yeah, you know who I am. Yeah, you know who I am. I can feel it coming. I can feel it coming. It's that feeling in your stomach, you can feel it coming. It's that feeling in your stomach, you can feel it coming. Yeah, you can feel it coming. Fake love, that snake you in your face, love. That snake you in your face, love. I told my brothers we gon' make it, that's how God wrote it. And the snake gon' show his face, cause that's how God wrote it. Too much fake love, that snake you in your face, love. Your face, love. That snake you in your face, love. I told my brothers we gon' make it, that's how God wrote it. And the snake gon' show his face, cause that's how God wrote it. Too much fake love, that snake you in your face, love. Your face, love. That snake you in your face, love. I told my brothers we gon' make it, that's how God wrote it. And the snake gon' show his face, cause that's how God wrote it.
Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. I see ain't nobody hit the link, man. Nobody hit the link. Hit that link, man. How y'all feel, man? I don't know what's up, man. You know, we gotta hold it down. I'm holding it down for the Aborigines on every level. Battle rap, debate. Nigga, we can go play basketball, fucking wrestle, nigga. It don't matter, nigga. We gonna hold it down, nigga. Put us in the Olympics, nigga, and anything, nigga. What are you talking about? Yeah. The real Americans, bitch. You know we gonna win every time. Can't none of you Africans compete. Can't none of you motherfucking Native Americans compete. All the competition we gonna have is dealing with another Aborigine brother and sister. Ain't that right? Don't have no competition. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Nobody gonna hit the link. Don't be scared now. Don't be scared now. Make sure y'all thumb up that video. Some shit. Yeah. We the best at everything. Facts. Yep. You better know it. Somebody said we pissed Hitler off. Hell yeah, sure did. Nigga was mad as hell. He didn't want to shake nobody's hand after Cuz smoked that white boy and running. I don't know why he even thought the white boy was even had a chance. That nigga Hitler didn't want to shake nobody's hand. That nigga left immediately. And nigga said, I ain't shaking none of these niggas' hands. Fuck. Yeah, nigga pissed Hitler off. Fuck Hitler. They hate us because they want to be us. No, that's a fact too. They whole very existence is to try to be an artificial version of you. They can't be just like you and do what you do, so they have to set up artificial templates to try to be like you. You see what I'm saying? Like they can't be in the sun, but they'll go get in the tanning bed with artificial lights and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like they don't got natural big lips, so they'll go get some artificial fake ones and put it on. You see what I'm saying? Like they try to be you, but it's all artificial. They can't naturally try to be you. They have to try to fabricate it in some way. That's a fact. Let me drop the link in the chat again. Our women's be built luxurious and lovely. You know what I'm saying? These women have to go get extensions and add-ons to try to do that. You understand me? Let's be real. You know what I'm saying? I ain't saying there ain't no bad body built ones, but for the most part, goddamn. You feel me?
You talking to me?
No, I'm talking to the people in the chat. Yeah, I'm talking to you too, though. Sure. Shout out to DJ Cuddy and his like Hitler knew who God's jewels was and who had them in captivity. Look it up. I want to come, but StreamYards be bullshit. Yeah, StreamYards do be bullshit. I will say that. Hit the link, cracker. Who you talking to? Say, Sean, stay snapping on the nigga in the chat. Shout out to my brother Tayshawn. Stay snapping. Shout out to everybody in the chat too, man. What's going on with y'all? What's going on with y'all, man? What y'all got going on? We got Jesse Stevenson in the building. Jesse Stevenson. What's going on, Jesse?
Not a lot, man.
What's going on, my brother? What you got going on, Jesse? You got something you want to state? You got a question or a statement?
Question, statement. I don't really like hearing the motherfuckers talk about. So check. I listened to him talk, and I didn't understand motherfucking thing about the man, what he said. So check this out. I listen to some more, but that's not. You know what's interesting about Hitler? If there's anything interesting, because he's a fucking piece of shit, is that he studied the American Jews in the concentration camp. Interesting. I think.
Hey, your microphone is messing up real bad, bro.
I hold it. Let me fix that.
You got music playing or something?
Yeah, get off and come back, bro.
You got music playing.
Yeah, we'll get copyrighted. Get off and come right back on, brother, and fix your mic. Shout out to Jesse Stevenson. I definitely want to hear what the brother got to say. What type of head life and mayonnaise thoughts is going to come out of that? You see what I'm saying? Tell Eminem gets his ass back in here. Hey, what's going on? We got Elijah in here. What's going on, Elijah? Come on over here to the microphone, Elijah. What's going on?
Oh man,
Elijah was putting on his drawers and shit.
Elijah, you ain't running around in the drawers over there, is you, dog?
Yeah, it's my own. In my own.
Oh, okay. I guess you can do what you want to, man. Shit, you said, nigga, in my house. Now, what's going on with you, Elijah? You got a statement you want to?
Is it working?
Yeah, it's working.
Oh, my bad. I didn't know I was live. I was just getting myself up. I listened to the conversation, and I was like, "That's what's up." So I'm out here in the 209 in Stockton, California. You know what I mean? I'm just getting used to listening to the language and the sounds, healthy to listen to. So I just jumped on and see what's going on.
All right. Well, shit, yeah. We on her building, man. This is a Aboriginal foundational Negro channel. We for the upliftment of our people. We work on solutions and other information on this platform, brother. So.
Yeah, this is my first time ever tapping in. I just figured out how to do it. Yeah, my family from Louisiana, and out that way, my grandfather's from Tennessee.
Okay.
So, I'm a first generation Californian, so that's what it is.
Okay. That's
yeah. What's going on?
Man, we on here building, man. Oh shit, just getting it in. We got Realized TV on here too, man. What's going on, Realized? And we got Jesse.
What's good, everybody? Can y'all hear
Shout
me?
out. You hear me? Mic check one.
Mic check. Y'all hear me?
Bad. I apologize.
Hey, P.
Yeah.
Let me say something real quick before we go farther with this conversation. We have to understand that we are everything and everything is us. We are unmatched when it comes to anything. We are the best at everything, and the easiest thing to do to change this dynamic is know who you are. So do your genealogy, get out there, talk to your motherfucking your OGs and your family, find out who you are. We are everything and everything is us. Let's go.
That's a fact. All right, y'all. I just want to let y'all know that the call-in numbers is open, so you can now call in. For those that want to call in and don't want to hit the link, you now hit the call-in button. You get the call in. Make sure y'all call in and tap in. Make sure y'all call in and tap in. Call-in number is on the screen right now, so make sure y'all call in.
That's what's up.
So shout out to everybody on the chat. Jesse Stevenson, unmute yourself. What's going on, brother?
Can you hear me? Am I still muted?
No, you're unmuted now.
All right. Well, hey man, shout out, Big Aboriginal Power. Happy to be here. I think this is my second time calling in. Just dig content, and I'm always trying to put respect on the fucking white space between the black letters, man, because a lot of shit's unwritten. And one thing I don't have nothing good to say about a man, if you want to call him that, like Hitler, fucking a lot of bullshit. But one thing is, I find it interesting to study that case because he really was a piece of shit that came out of the shit, and what he did with that shit, can be compared to us in metaphor, really. What if he had music to explain what he was doing? I don't think he needed it. He was just listening. He's a piece of shit. But he studied the Native Americans to put the Jews in the positions that they was in the gas chambers and shit like that. He really studied American history to kind of come up with his fucking diabolical shit.
Listen to this, Jesse. Hitler did what most Europeans and whites did to melanated Aboriginal countries. He just displaced it on his own people, much like Stalin. See, it's in your nature to really to colonize and try to run around and brutish conquer a nation. You see what I'm saying? And often y'all have no culture, so most people
it's in our blood
to other people's culture.
Hey, can I say something? I don't even think we should be even talking about that. I think this is a whole kind of something we shouldn't even be talking about, brother, right now.
Well, I'll leave, man. But
I kind of
I just
agree.
honestly wanted to say that it's actual
Let's get
fact,
this guy
and it
off
was
of here.
well
Can you
documented
go
that
ahead
he
and get
studied
this guy off of here?
Hey, nobody,
Native
brother.
Americans.
I agree.
And I'll bounce out. I don't want to get into it, but it is
Get him
the
out of here.
truth of
Get
it.
him out of here, please, Ab. This right here is a whole setup, man. Okay, I'm afraid to back. I'm sorry, family.
No, you were speaking facts, bro, and it is. There's no disrespect there.
Oh,
It's just
hold up. That comes straight from Chief too. Chief Holiday, straight up.
I'm speaking on myself. You know, I ain't speaking on nobody else. But it's certain spaces, that motherfuckers need to be left out, and I feel like, yeah, you absolutely right, bro.
Yeah, I want to get what his gripe was. What is his reasoning of focusing on what we have going on, and what is that benefiting him? You see what I'm saying? So we have to get into these people's mindsets. Some of them often
But
troll.
you know
I
what,
troll
bro?
back. I
AP,
troll back.
bro, it really don't even matter what their mind states is because our mind states has been fucked up for so long. I don't really give a fuck about where their mind is. I don't like. I'm trying to figure out what we doing. You know what I'm saying? What we talking about? What we got going on? So I
Hitler out of
understand. I
nowhere.
understand where your questions come from, but at the same time, bro, you know, this really ain't the time.
Yeah, I was just curious. Why you bring up Hitler, sir? You see what I'm saying? Like that was weird.
That's the whole point though, AP. You know what I'm saying? It's to throw the conversation off. It's to throw the build off. I want you to know this, bro. And I know you know this,
Well,
but
listen,
these motherfuckers really
this
come over here just to throw off the bills, bro. A lot of these people
this
who come,
this
black
is a
and white.
this is an open panel. This is not really no set bill. There's no set topic. Anybody could come on. You know.
I respect that, G. I respect that.
Yeah, this panel doesn't be biased towards anyone, and that's what we're gonna have to learn to. If you're gonna want to fix the system, you can't fix the system of injustice by switching the injustice to another side. It has to be justice and equalness.
So what you saying is don't do to other people what's been done to us.
Well, I'm not saying that. You go, you got eye
That's why I'm
for eye,
asking. That's why I'm asking.
for a tooth. But what I'm saying is we don't need to do that. We overachieve and we reach success through small accounts, even being deprived with billions of dollars worth of military and weapons to keep us from progression. We still do. So on an even playing field, it'll be we'll be out by a margin. It'll be like Hussein Bolt versus what I'm saying,
Okay,
anybody else.
so
You
you
know?
you remember what I said? I said this a long time ago, long time ago. You remember when I said you don't need a weapon because you are the weapon? That's why they have been creating all of these weapons, all of these high-tech weapons. Why do you think white people go out and buy all these motherfucking weapons, bro?
What I'm
Because
saying is
they know
because
that it's gonna come a
we
time when
don't have
niggas
to,
gonna
we
get
don't have
tired
to cheat.
again.
We don't have to cheat to win. This is what these people been doing the whole time. This is what colonization and indoctrination is. We don't need to do that to win. You know what I'm saying? We just need equal
No, that's
justice.
fact.
I
But see,
just
the
do.
thing is,
You
it's
know,
never going to be equal because if they look, hold on, y'all. If they make it equal, then it would be lopsided because you can't make things equal with people that you look at as above you. Let's
well,
be
when we
real.
mean by
Come on, let's
equal
hold on.
opportunity, we're talking about justice when it comes to the legal system, when it comes to the
I'm talking about who
education
you
system.
are, G. I'm not talking about nobody's. See, that's the thing. When I say we need to step away from all of it,
I
I'm
don't
not
speak
talking
about
about.
individuals.
I'm
You know what I'm
I'm
saying?
not
I don't
I'm
speak
not
about
speaking about.
individuals. I speak about in general and what we need to do as a collective. So
All
when I
I'm
say
saying,
I speak for the individual.
that's what I mean. When we wake up to being individuals again and being ourselves and knowing who the fuck we are, if you give a person who already is powerful any bit of power, you think they're not going to be more powerful than you? You already know this person is powerful. Why would I even think about giving you any power? Doesn't make any sense because I know you will overtake me. That's what I'm speaking on, G.
I mean, I see what you're saying, but when it's injustice, it can be fixed, and it will be fixed. We've seen instances like this where justice was often in the gripes, but as of recently, with the judicial system being the opposites of it is of the oppression and the same supporting the caste system is often hard. So that's what I collectively building and coming together and focus on economics and political strategies is going to come into play because this will lead to these opportunities to be able to change. You see what I'm saying? But if people keep sitting around talking about, oh no, it ain't gonna change, that's often a way for people to chicken out to the task at hand. And we can't be chickens. Our people are not chickens. We don't run. We don't stand down. We deal with the solution. If it's a will, it's a way. It's just another obstacle that we have to overcome. So I just believe when two or more heads come together and in harmony, things can often come together as real, and work. Even when the oppression is at its worst. You know what I'm saying? Often we can make things happen when getting on code. And that's what this whole conversation has been about for the last few months, is about getting on code. So
And that shows just how powerful we are. If we really get on code, it
so
really
what
shows how powerful we are. If we get on code and people stay on code, like I see people really, shutting this shit down, like all of it. And that's what I mean. When I come up on
I
panels,
mean, if that's what we got to do to get justice, then that's what needs to. Then we're
yeah,
gonna take that
shut this
necessary
shit
next.
down. Shut this
Right.
bitch down. And we have the power to do it. Because this is our shit. We got the power to
Right, and
shut
I
this
agree,
bitch
and I
down.
agree with that. I agree with that, and we do have the power to do that. And a lot of us don't know that, so some of us need awareness. Some of us maybe even need to see it happening, and that's why it's important for us to constantly keep educating and to constantly keep producing, so people are able to observe what's going on in effect. So yeah, man, that's why we can't shy away from anybody if we're going to be dealing in this political field. You're going to be conversating with Europeans, Chinese, Asians, and all other groups, probably on an open forum. We have people that will be speaking to these people in an open forum, speaking on behalf of Aboriginal people. So if you're not able to articulate yourself to other ethnic groups about their concerns about where our overall solutions and goals is, then it's needless. It negates the whole fact of what we're trying to do. We got to be very outspoken on what we're standing on, no matter
Yeah,
whom.
that's real shit. That's real shit.
The link is in the chat too, by the way, y'all. Y'all can hit that link. The link is in the chat. The call-in number is in effect too. So make sure y'all hit that call-in number. Call-in number is on the screen right now. So call in, man. Call in. If you don't want to hit the link, just simply call in.
Hey, AP, let me ask you a question. On some real shit, bro. Do you feel like the war has ever ended? Because all of these wars that they speak of in America was us versus them. And they speak of all these different wars like they were different wars, bro. And I feel like through my research that it was a war that just never ended. What do you think about that? Yo, yo. Did you hear
Nah,
me?
nah, you right, brother. Realize, and like I said, hey, hold on, Doc. We got Dawood on the line, y'all. We got a caller in. Shout out to Dawood on the live. Slow down, brother Dawood. You hype over here. Hold on just a second. I'm gonna get to you in just a second, brother Dawood. Uh brother, realize I didn't get to catch that question. I only caught the last piece of it while I was
Okay.
answering the phone. So
So
if you can repeat the question, I'd love to answer that for you, brother.
all right. The question was, there's been a lot of wars in America, right? And they named all these different wars, right? When in reality it was us warring against them. All these wars, man, was us against them. Okay, why do you think they named all these wars different wars when it's been the same fucking war all this time?
Yeah, that's because often one probably was physical, and then one was probably not physical. So that's why you constantly see these wars renamed, and they the same war pretty much at the same time in the same area. Because one was maybe almost a physical battle, and then they became what we call a legal battle. So these are legal battles and legal wars that we're speaking on often. Most people think they're physical and bloody, but they're legal battles.
Okay, because from like from what because I've been really studying this shit, the wars and stuff, and what I've noticed is it's always been us against them. Every fucking war in this country and on this whole on this whole plane, like on this whole continent, it's been
That's a
us
fact.
versus
Realize.
them.
Let me get to
And
the
they ain't
caller.
never stopped. So how is it different wars? It's just been one
I'm
motherfucking
gonna
war
cut
that
you
never
off.
stopped.
Let me get to the caller right quick. Hold on, Realize. Calm down, brother. I got you. Let me get to the caller. I don't want to keep him on hold too long. Hey, we got the caller on the line. 202 area code. What's going on?
Hey, Dawu, man. I just want to say shout out to you, man. Shout out to everybody. So I sure y'all be fucking up the phone, so I don't think it really. But keep it up, bro. Keep your foot on their neck, bro.
That's a
Real life.
fact,
You
bro.
know what it is.
That's a
Shout out
fact.
to Real Life too, man. Shout out my brother Real Life.
Shout out to Realize on the building. Yeah, that's a fact. Appreciate you calling in, brother Dawood. Peace.
I'm out back to the set.
Peace and blessings. Yeah, hit that call in, y'all. If y'all want to get a good call in, call in. If you want to get that call in. So shout out to everybody tuning in, supporting the channel. Shout out to Kevin Gilbert for the Cash App donation. He said, "Watching on the delay." I appreciate you. See, a lot of these battles that they speak of, that's why I'm trying to tell you, you didn't physically get done nowhere. They physically think that they can physically fuck with you. Like and
Bro, we whooped their ass in
shit and
every
physically
battle, bro.
spin you around and all this other shit. No, these was legal battles. Our ancestors kicked ass physically. These
Yeah,
was
we whooped their ass in every battle. That's facts.
so, and the ones where we did lose was the legal battles. We never lost any physical ones. That's why we're still here. And that's why we often don't run. We
Hey,
just
you know
didn't
what, AP?
we just didn't understand the straw of the legal system that was colonizing our land under the act of conquest, the doctrine of discovery. So in the doomsday versus influence, and all these things start to take effect of us on us and shift our very standings without us even moving or physically being touched. And
Yeah,
put us
you're
in.
absolutely right, bro.
Shout out to TT Portier on the panel as well. Shout out to TT Portier. Peace and blessings, sister.
Peace, sister. We see you. We see you, brother.
Can you hear me, sister? You with us? We'll come back to TT
I'm
Portier.
here. I'm here.
Okay, okay. Peace and blessings, sister. How you feeling?
I'm feeling good. Feeling good.
All right, that's great. You got a question or a statement for us?
I don't. I'm just waiting. I'm bound to jump in at some point in time. I'm quite
All
sure.
right, no problem.
I like what the brother said about us winning. Whooping their butts every time. And that like another brother said, everything is not written, and a lot of stuff went down, and it resulted in us losing stuff, but we were whooping butts all the time. So I guess they had to come up with a different strategy.
Right, they had to do it in a different way. Right,
Hey,
they
can I tell
couldn't
y'all what it was?
hide, so
And
they had
I think
to.
y'all know. Can I tell you what it was? It was called the Emancipation of Proclamation. Fact. When we
Yeah,
signed, when we agreed to that whatever the fuck that was,
I can
that's when we became slaves, bro.
I can occur because when you look at leading up to the emancipation, you got something a book that I read called "The Forgotten Cause of the Civil War," right? And
That was
and
us versus them.
during these rebellion tribes fighting against the Union, you got one of the big ones that sparked off called the Chickamauga War, which led into direct impact to what we call the Civil War. But the forgotten cause of the Civil War is because of the white slavery. White slavery. So yeah, it possibly did. Emancipation, shit. I don't know about after emancipation.
Look, man, look. I listen. When I tell you AP, I have
I would
dug
say
into
probably
this
right.
shit so deep. For real, bro. Listen, when we agreed to that bill, the Emancipation of Proclamation, shit started going down because we was warring with these people, bruh. Even like what, like maybe 8 to 10 years after that, we was still warring with these motherfuckers, man. We was fucking them up, bruh. And what they said, well, hold on, this is what they said. They said, you know what? We can't beat these niggas, right? So we might as well just bow out. And what they did was they was like, you know what? Hey man, let's just stop doing all this. All right. We're not gonna try to enslave y'all no more. Cause that's what our people was fighting against. We wasn't going for that shit. That's why it never happened. The fuck, man. People better wake up.
Hey, not coincidence. The link is in the chat, man. The link is in the chat. We'll be nice on here. We ain't gonna be mean. And yeah, so like I said, it's a lot of history that they don't tell you. You feel me? We got to get into what I mean, they talk about Africans was enslaved by Native Americans and whites, but you ain't talking about the Negroes that own slaves. Talk about the Negroes that own slaves, yet alone own white slaves. It's just like when y'all talk about history, y'all fail to talk about all aspects of it. And when y'all deliberately leave something out on purpose, that is considered a lie. Withholding information on purpose could be considered a lie. You understand me? Or some type of uh, deception.
Withholding information is being deceitful, bro.
Yeah, this deception.
You
So
fucking right.
so
You fucking
so
right.
so to deceive the people, it just you shouldn't have to do that when you're speaking truth.
But you think about this though, AP, on some real shit. Like, if you trying to get over on somebody, right? You're not gonna be upfront. You're not, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna try to hide everything you can if you trying to get down on somebody. Dog, bro, we all know this. We are indigenous to this whole motherfucking world. You can't go nowhere without seeing us. That's fact. I don't care where you go. So at the end of the day, bro, we understand that these people
You don't
took
see my
land.
people, motherfucker.
I mean, think about this. Even when you think about Asians, but they don't speak about the Asian like the real dark skinned people from Asia. Man, come on, bro. This shit goes way deeper than we talk about, man.
Listen, what I'm saying is that's cool. It is black people all over the place, but not all black people ain't my people though.
That's facts. That's facts. But the thing about it is what
Black,
I'm saying is
they
it don't,
original to the area. They just not from my stock.
and that's
They,
cool, right?
you know,
Like we don't war with nobody unless they trying to do something to us. Come on, man. I don't give a damn what
listen, if this
real
whole if we
aborigines from here that you run into. We ain't fucking with you if you ain't fucking with us. That's fact.
we'd have been running around colonizing shit too.
Exactly. We don't do that, man. We not the type of
We
people
don't look at
that
We
the
need
try to
to.
fuck people over. I mean, sis, I hear you. Look,
so hold
my
on,
vibration is so high. I hear you, but I'm gonna
hold
let her
on,
go. Yeah.
yeah, hold on, bro. Would you trying to say something, sister?
I'm
I
sorry to say
thought
that, but it almost seems like they cheated in everything they did. Nothing they did was correct, stand up, true to anything. They stole everything. The more I hear, the more upset I get, and I'm about ready to run up.
this shit is upsetting. It gets frustrating. You know what I'm saying? And this is just the facts that we speak on. We just have to really understand what's going on. Uh, they use the art of war. You know, they use Tricknology 101, which is the CIA classified book of tactics and deceptions that they use. That's a real. So these people being on some type of, you know, colonization and indoctrination system, and they done got it down to a T by doing this in various different lands and ethnicities and different situations. They done created a formula to indoctrinating people with the caste system. Everywhere they go, they set up that same caste system. And our brothers and sisters speak, man, but I don't think a lot of y'all really ready to get out here in these streets, man, and really start waking up these young warriors, because I could tell by the way a lot of y'all speak, y'all scared of the young warriors in the street.
That's facts, AP.
You
That's
niggas
facts,
need to
bro.
start doing some
They,
push-ups,
yeah,
man. Y'all niggas need
that's
to get it
facts.
together, man. I'm out here
You
with
right,
goblins, G. And they know who they is. And
man.
I like it.
And they the warriors, bro. We got a whole, we got a whole new batch of warriors, bro. They been here before. They already pissed off. Literally, they just have no direction.
A lot of you old brothers and sisters, no offense, y'all scared to go talk to them youth, that youth.
Yeah, that's fact. Look, hey, look, let me tell you something, AP. So I said maybe a week or two ago, I said on the live, I said, you know what, man? Go out. If you gonna do anything for your neighborhood, go out and make your neighborhood live better. Make the people in your neighborhood proud of where they come from. You know what I'm saying? If you go out there and pick up trash, maybe they'll go out there and do it. Nick said to me, he said, but what about the young niggas out there with the guns? No, bro. See, that's what you're speaking of. You can't be afraid to go out in your neighborhood. Nigga, this supposed to be your neighborhood. You supposed to come from here. Why you can't go out and speak to the youngins? I'm just saying. It don't make no sense. What are you
They
scared of?
scared. G, they scared. I go out and talk to them.
Man, I go out and talk to them all the time, bro. Every time I walk out my house, I speak to the youngins.
Let me say this: when you out here in these neighborhoods, they not using these terms that we use, y'all. You know they don't use the word Aborigine and Indian. They use the term Black, African American. Y'all know that, right? Most of y'all might not know that because y'all argue with people that use these terms, but your people in the neighborhood that you're supposed to be helping use these terms. So they let me know that y'all not in your neighborhoods doing work. I
But you
can tell
just
it
gotta
y'all
correct
common
them though,
sense.
AP. You gotta correct them,
See what
man.
I'm saying? So at the
When you
end
hear
of
them say that, you gotta
the
let them know.
talking. I hate that. And there's a lot of brothers and sisters that's really putting in work on and off screen. And we just got to put on the best information. We got to make it regurgitate. We got to make it edible for our people. We got to make it easier to digest for the youth to digest. They very quick. They very fast. They like shit and imagery. They like shit. You know what I mean? So we got to learn how to keep up with the youth. Nigga, you slow. They ain't got to keep up with you. You see what I'm saying? We slow compared to the way they processing it and kicking it out. You ever went through an Instagram timeline or a Twitter? This shit. So you getting shit every second, faster than a fraction of a second. You looking at something new. You just took that in and you went on to something else within a fraction of a second. So they process and they intake the information a lot faster than what we did. So we got to learn how to start kicking it out in waves like that. So and I appreciate a lot of the brothers and sisters that do. You see what I'm saying? So shout out to y'all. I'm not tech savvy like that. You know what I'm saying? Some of y'all are. You see what I'm saying? Y'all are a valuable piece to linking this information to the youth. We got Gentile on here. Shout out to the brother Gentile. What's going on, Gentile?
Hello, brother. Aboriginal Power. I've been following your channel for a while now. I like what you're doing, and I just had a few questions for you and your panel. Is my mic on, sir?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you, bro. Go ahead.
As I come into the knowledge too that about my culture and your culture, I was wondering, what if we don't want to go back home and we love what you guys do? I know it's a lot of disrespectful people from other countries, but what about the ones who wants to follow the Aboriginal ways and customs? What can we do, to live in emotion and unity with you guys? Because it's going to be a shift and it's going to be another change soon, and we just don't want to be on the other side when it happens.
You're gonna have you're gonna have to help us bang, baby. You're gonna have to help teach your
Yeah,
people.
just ride with us, man.
You're gonna
Just
have to
ride
help
with us.
us bang your people and so
Yeah,
they can respect our movement and who we are. You know what I'm saying? You just got to stand in allegiance, man, and we'll stand in allegiance with you.
just rock, bro. Just rock, bro. Like for real. That's just straight up. If you if you
And
if
I,
you
I
with us, bro, if you with us, then you with us, and we with you. You know what I'm saying? If you rocking with us, we rocking with you. Period.
and I
But
respect that answer from you guys because Tariq Rashid probably would have cut on me, said me musty or something. But I really appreciate you guys, and I really want to be a part of what's going on. And my peoples definitely will have to respect your cultures and customs because you guys are the elder race. We know that.
We appreciate that, man. We appreciate that,
see,
man.
that's real. See, that's real shit, bro. That's that. See that. I like to hear that because I hear so much negative shit. You know what I'm saying from people who ain't, who ain't us. But that's respect, man. I hear the respect in you, and I respect it back.
Hey,
Real
I
Hey,
shit.
don't
hold
mean
on.
to I don't
I
mean to
just
cut y'all off.
hold
Hey,
on,
hey,
hold on. Everybody mute up. I don't know what the hell happened. That shit kicked me off. I want to make sure I got a mic check going on around
you got it, you got it.
what's going on. They just kicked me the fuck off out of nowhere. I
But
didn't
I
even
don't
get
want to
that.
keep up all your time. I appreciate you for letting me come on.
I
I'll come on
appreciate you.
again in
Hold,
dialogue with you guys.
Hold
hold
on.
on one
And
second,
I
brother. If
didn't
you
get to
don't
hear
mind, hold on
brother
one
Jen.
second,
okay,
brother.
I didn't.
Could you elaborate a little bit when you said the elder race? This is a
Hold on. I'm gonna need everybody to mute because I didn't get to hear nothing. I want to see what's going on with the brother. I didn't even get to hear nothing. I heard everybody talking and stuff. What's going on, brother Gentile? Where you from and where you calling from, brother?
that is the mysterious question because I was dropped off on the steps of somebody, so I don't. I'm a mixture of everything. Everything
I
that.
I didn't ask you what nothing like that. I just said what's your name and where you calling from. That's all, brother. It's okay.
Oh, I'm sorry, Fernandez, and I'm calling from Albuquerque.
Albuquerque. Okay, sound like you got some immigrant accent coming to you. Well, do you happen to know where your people's from or where the accent? Obviously you was raised with somebody with an accent because you have an accent,
Well, to
and it's not
be,
an American accent. So
I was raised around a bunch of multicultural people. That's why I didn't mind coming online to talk to you guys because I totally understand. But the moral is that the people that's in my shoes that's been orphanage or
I'm not even gonna lie. You sound like a black American, trying to sound like an African to me, because that's how I sound when I'm trying to sound like an African.
no, sir, no game, sir, no African. I definitely am an immigrant, but I probably do have Aboriginal blood in me. But that's the point I'm trying to make here is to bridge the gap with the ones
Oh,
who've been in my situation. Cause we have to respect the elder race, and that's what the brother was asking me. What do I mean by that? We know about the Mayans. I know I have some type of European or Eurasian. I know I'm not Aboriginal to this land, but the ones who are in my shoes that get roasted from Tarid, Mashid, and the others, we just want to bridge the gap. And we know you're the elder race, and we don't want to go because we know our home don't have no resources or nothing like that,
what is
brother Copper Grizzly.
how do you get roasted? What is your ethnicity, sir? What is your ethnicity, sir?
That's what I'm saying, sir. I believe I'm mixed with the whole. I'm not fully. I know I'm not fully Aboriginal. I know I
What
have
was your
some
mother?
Eurasian. Huh?
Sure, you know what your mother was, sir.
No, sir. No mother, no father to this flow, sir. I just want to pay homage. I don't want to take up all your time. No, don't please don't roast me. I'm not no playing. I just want to see how the other people, Gentiles like me, can come into the fold because there's a shift coming. We know that, and we don't want to go back to the hell we come from. Respect and honor you guys.
You watch my channel all the time?
For the past 3 months, yes, sir. Yes.
Oh, okay. All righty then. But no, if you got a question or a statement, you can definitely ask your question and statement. What was your question and statement, brother? I don't mean to get all into your background and that. I just your accent sound quite strange. It got a little twang to it. I'm not
These are
accustomed to it.
strange times,
That's
Copper Grizzly. This is strange times. But the brothers on the panel answered it. They didn't disrespect. They said, long as we get down and ready to
hold
war
on.
with.
You on a doorstep in Albuquerque, New Mexico?
No, you asked me where I was and what was my name. I said Fernando, and I'm in Albuquerque. But I was dropped off from the steps when I was child.
Where at? What state was you dropped? Where was you dropped off on the step at? Where at? I just gotta know this, please.
Say that again, Copper.
What country or state did you get dropped off on the step in? When you got put off on the step, was you in Albuquerque or was you in Africa?
No, no type of Africa in me, sir. No, 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 no. I know that. I know I'm not African, but we was in where was we? I don't know, sir. That's a tough question.
Well, obviously somebody had to pick you up from that doorstep. You was never told what country or what state that doorstep you was on was reside in.
Spooky time, sir. That's all I. That's too much information. I just want to pay homage, and to
You,
you guys.
listen, I don't want you to be ashamed of your culture because people roast it. We often want you to embrace your culture, sir. We don't want to make fun of nobody in your culture, man. So it seems like you kind of running away from your culture, man, your heritage and stuff.
Shit, if you knew what I came up and had the deep dropped off at the doorstep, you would want to get down with the real ones too. And that's what I came on the channel to say that some of us don't want to go back to where we come. Some of us don't know where we come from, sir.
Yeah, but y'all, I mean, listen, you ain't got to go home, but you gonna have to get the hell up out of here. Seriously. You know what I'm saying? Because we got to clean up, bro. Like my mama and grandmama said, we can't have no company, cuz we gotta clean up. Grandmama, grandmama and them
Yo, that's
said, we gotta
crazy,
clean
girl.
up. We gotta go.
But your grandmama also helped out the community, sir. I know about the Aboriginals. I know y'all helped out the community and people that didn't come with no problem, sir.
But he asked
No,
you a specific
no,
question,
they
bro.
all
He
come
asked
over
you.
here.
He asked you where did
They
you get
all
dropped off at?
hold on, brother, realize
Cause,
they all
cause
come
I
over
am ashamed, yeah. I'm
here.
ashamed. I don't know what you're talking about. And I
Know where he coming from. Let me remove this troll. Now, his trolling is no longer funny anymore. See, this is a tether. You can't allow these fun tethers to come over here, cause I troll around with you. You understand me? Yeah, yeah. You can't. He ain't have nothing else to troll on no more. You understand me? You can't troll with a nigga like me. We gonna walk your ass down through there. Come on, man. They gotta come better than that, man. This is what they do when they see us getting along and clicking and getting on harmony. You know, these tethers come on and babble. This is what we call a TWT, a time wasting troll. That's a TWT. That's a time wasting troll. And a lot of these people come in and do the same tactics. You understand me? Which is white supremacy tactics or caste system tactics. That shit don't work. So go sit on another doorstep, nigga. You're not gonna do nothing.
Look, AP, I was trying to get him to say what those steps. I'm like, where you look, bro? He asked you one simple question. What doorstep? What was the city? Where was it at? Bro, you can't even tell us that, but you'll come up here and tell us that you was dropped off on somebody's doorstep, but won't tell us where it is.
No, he could say, he said he doesn't want to go back. He knows where he came from.
Yeah, he know exactly where he came from. He said he don't want to go back to where he came from. That's why he never wanted to acknowledge it. That's why I knew he was trolling, and he was a troll at this point. Often when these people don't want to take ownership into their culture, they're trolling oftenly. Because most of these people that come over here that's foreigner talk about their culture. You see what I'm saying? They'll try to highlight the good parts of their culture, and then I'm able to identify their culture and go and show the true parts of their culture. The shanty chats, the rats on the stick. You know what I'm saying? I start going through their culture time and time again. So that's just what I do. You understand me? That was a TWT, okay? Time wasting troll. And he sound like an African, trying to sound like an African like me, like I'm trying, like, yo, brother, today, I don't want to go home. I just want ought to be the Aboriginal people. Like, it's fake, man. Cut it out.
That shit was hilarious. I ain't gonna lie. Bro, I was like, bro, you talk about Aboriginal nigga, Aboriginal where?
Yeah, he definitely ain't Aboriginal. I'm telling that right now. He's also a child, maybe 15. That boy ain't no damn child. That nigga's about 30. Talking about he 15. He look 30. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, what that nigga say? You got an ID, nigga?
Right. Yeah, straight up. So yeah, man, that's how these trolls be. But like I said, once again, 7 o'clock p.m. Saneter TV. I'm gonna be having a conversation with this Lord Abba guy. You know what I'm saying? Keep doing shots at the Aborigines, American Indians. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, we're gonna get on them. You see what I'm saying? We're gonna definitely get on that. The link is in the chat once again. And the call-in number is open, so call in. If y'all, for those that want to call in, hit the call-in number. All right, and I ain't gonna hold you guys too long today.
This
Oh,
was
I
a
did.
nice one. This was a nice one, AP. You did your thing on this one, bro. Salute to everybody, man. This was a nice one. Gotta hold it up, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you fell out a
all of
little.
them, like,
You fell out
Shit.
a little bit, Ab. You know what I'm saying? And me and my man, I don't know his name, but salute to you, young brother. You know what I'm saying? We held it down until you came back, man.
I know y'all was shit. I don't know what the hell happened in this motherfucker. Man, it kicked me right out. Didn't want to let me back on.
Like this my shit, nigga. How you not gonna let me back?
Right, motherfucker.
Yeah, man, this was for real, man. There was a lot of insight. There was a lot of truth. There was a lot of bullshit, and we got the whole mix here, man. But see, that's the greatness of conversation. You know what I'm saying? Even if I don't agree with you, don't mean I can't learn from you. And I say that a lot, and I want to keep saying that. Even if I don't agree with you, it don't mean I can't learn something. You know what I mean? So with every conversation that you have, always try to find something to take from it. You know what I mean? Regardless of what it is, it could be good or bad. It could be good or bad, but always try to find something that you could take with you from each encounter that you have, because there's something important. There's a message there that you might not even get right off the top. You might have to think about it for a few weeks, or you didn't even think about it, but you dreamed about it, and now it's prevalent right there in your face. So I just want to speak to the spirit. I want to speak to your energy. I don't want to really talk to the person because the person is just a body, it's just a vessel, as that it's a car that you use to move around. But if you understand energy, you understand that this ain't it. You know what I'm saying? You move through vibration. So it's for me, I want us to understand who we are. Like once we get past all the bullshit and we find out who we really are, which we're waking up to right now, it's going to be a shift. Which if you looked at 2020 and you understand what I'm saying, you understand what I'm saying. There was a shift that started in 2020, and now we're here, and we're speaking about all this stuff. We're speaking about the land. We're talking about the energy. We're talking about chakras. We are literally tapped in again. The veil has been removed, y'all. Let's get back into who you are. Who are you? Because you are a god or a goddess. If you got carbon in your skin, bro, everything about you is magic. Get back to that. Tap back into that. And I'm done for today. AP, thank you for allowing me to come on. Peace and blessings to everybody in chat and everybody on the panel. One love.
Shout out to my brother for coming through. Shout out to my brother Realize TV for coming through, man. You always come through with some fire. Hey, we about to get ready to wrap this thing up. So anybody on the we got my brother Hall School on here. Big bro Hall School on the panel.
Peace.
Awesome.
Thank you. Yo, I just came to tap in, man. Show my support. You already know how I'm rocking, man. Shout out to all the Aboriginal American Indians, whatever you want to call yourself, nigga.
Shout out to my brother, Big Brother Hall School, always putting in work. Make sure y'all go subscribe to his channel. Fire information over there on Hawk School. Make sure y'all go type that in on your YouTube. CT Portier, you got something you want to say before we get out of here?
No, I'm good.
Okay. Appreciate you for coming through, sister.
Salute to you.
Appreciate you. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. We're gonna keep it going. I am going to leave you with some spiritual guidance on health and detoxifying your body and understanding the importance of eating healthy. You understand me? It's very, 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 very important. Okay, you gotta understand that. So before we go, man, make sure y'all drop them fire emojis in the chat. Brother Elijah, you got something you want to say?
No, I'm good. Just good listening. Thanks, bro.
Appreciate you for
Appreciate
coming
you for
through.
coming through.
Hey, what's going on? Shot Alpha. Shot Alpha. Well, that nigga ain't on here no more. Shit. Peace and blessings to everybody in the chat, man. We about to get ready to get out of here. Make sure y'all hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. Don't forget to don't forget to share the live stream. Tag me on all of it if you're on social media. Make sure you tag your boy. Make sure you educate your family members, educate your brothers and sisters that you call your family, that you call your bro or sis, if you will, whether spiritual or you know what I'm saying, or actual brothers and sisters. Just deal with your family, educate them. You know what I mean? On all manners, you know what I'm saying? So with that being said, man, make sure y'all be safe out there. I am gonna leave y'all with a little this little last little bit of audio that I have lined up for you guys. So let's get to that right now. Let's get to that. Shout out to everybody in the chat. All right. Can y'all hear it? Huh? Okay.
Peace, little light of healing. Peace to the gods. Peace to the earth. Real quick, y'all. Just real quick. I got a consultation that I need to do. But look, those that are making pages and stuff like that, if they asking y'all for money, if they can't go live and y'all see me facing y'all like face to face, talking live like I'm doing now, it is not me. It's a whole lot of people out here pretending to be me that's taking a lot of y'all money. You know what I'm saying? And then y'all come yelling at me like it's my fault. That's not my fault. Y'all be aware. It is people out here impersonating me on Facebook, on IG, on WhatsApp, on Twitter, on TikTok. It's a lot of people out here pretending to be me. That's not me at all. And it's all in the names. They be adding extra eyes to the names. The email is going to be a certain that want to sit on their ass all day, not do no research and do no work, and want to benefit off of the hard labor and energy that me and my family put forth to heal the people. All right. So strictly the website, y'all. I don't answer Facebook messages. I don't answer DM messages. I will not message you back. Every now and then.
Oh,
Peace, love, light, and healing. Peace to the God. It's your and the reason why I want to start off with breath work is because breath is
my bad, that was the wrong video.
Important molecules and elements and gases that you need to be alive. Not only to be alive, but to survive and to thrive, for your cells to have the maximum potential of energy. If you look inside of the community and you see, food, there's people that fast months and months and even years without food. They're called breatharians. These people fast months and months and years without solid food. They're called liquidarians. So you see that you can survive without food and you can survive many days without water, but you can only go 7 minutes. And this is talking about professional athletes. You can only go 7 minutes without oxygen. And this just show and proves that oxygen is one of the most vital nutrients and phytonutrients and elements that we need for the human body. Breath work is basically different strategies of exercises to get the most oxygen inside of the biospiritual body to bring this vitality into the bloodstream. Once oxygen hit the bloodstream, it is converted into carbon dioxide. And this carbon dioxide, the chemical number is CO2 constituents. And what this CO2 does is it acts as a light particle for the body, for the cells can fire off glucose. And this fuel is what actually give your cells the high amount of fuel and of energy that you need to actually go and do your everyday life movements, to breathe, to be alive, to enjoy your significant others, to enjoy your children, to go to work, whatever you're doing. A body in motion, stay in motion. You would not have this motion and mobility of the body without oxygen. So when you're exercising and you're truly getting into breath work and doing these different type of techniques, you're bringing in the most oxygen energy into the cells of the body, for you can have a high rate of vitality. The purpose of breath work is to be in alignment. When you are following the breath and you're following the dial and you're bringing in this oxygen and you're converting this oxygen into CO2 carbon constituents, which is melanin and sugar, glucose and fructose constituents, what you're doing is aligning the spinal cord. And when you align the spinal columns, this brings your organs into alignment. When you bring your organs into alignment, you bring your thoughts into alignment, because your glandular highway and the endocrine system can now balance itself and produce the right steroids, hormones, corticosteroids, curcumin, and all the different healer constituents that you need inside of the body to project thought. So if you're bringing your spinal cord into a hormonal balance, and then that's bringing the organs into a hormonal balance, and now you're bringing the glandular highway and the glands into a hormonal balance, now your thoughts are balanced, and your thoughts is what projects your life. So the point and purpose of breath work is to align yourself with nature and to align yourself with the all, with the awareness, with the consciousness, because we are gods. Different types of this meditation breathwork class will consist of Hebraic Afu meditation. It will also consist of Hebraic Afu yoga. It will also consist of Hebraic Afu stretching. And after completing these classes and, truly going within yourself and finding out that you are God within, aligning yourself, breathing properly.
That being said, man, shout out to everybody in the chat, man. It's your brother Aboriginal Power, man. We out of here, man. Peace.
Whatever it takes. The alleyway.
Coco, this your season right now.
They won't see me. They won't let me care. I gotta sleep with one eye open, tripping, making me nervous. I take a piss, my hand on the strap. I know the eyes wanna murder. I got a feeling, keep my stomach paranoid. Yeah. I won't let them care. They won't see me care. I gotta sleep with one eye open, tripping, making me nervous. I take a piss, my hand on the strap. I know the eyes wanna murder. I got a feeling, keep my stomach paranoid. Yeah. I can't let them care. They won't see me care. I put attention, all in my blood, all in my veins. They started with perky, now that hair run up his veins. You started with serving, now them drugs drove you insane. Started with dealing, I grew up with killers, they taught me the game. I got some niggas that die behind, and that shit won't never the same. I know some niggas that lie behind, and that bullet had his name. Ain't no reason to cry about, cause that shit won't never change. MTF the 4th and P, my niggas can't get out the game. I gotta sleep with one eye open, tripping, making me nervous. I take a piss, my hand on the strap. I know the eyes wanna murder. I got a feeling, keep my stomach paranoid. Yeah. I won't let them care. They won't see me care. I gotta sleep with one eye open, tripping, making me nervous. I take a piss, my hand on the strap. I know the eyes wanna murder. I got a feeling, keep my stomach paranoid. Yeah. I can't let them care. They won't see me care.
Glossy, I gloss too